Hi, today in Look Beyond the Frame, we are going to look at a poem that is used in the IGCSE curriculum. It's a poem by Kayo Kingyogni called The N-Word. This is how the poem goes. You sly devil, lounging in a Pinterest script or pinched from a transit van's roll-down window. The author starts with an accusatory tone. You sly devil, clearly accusing the word. The word sly here shows that the word is rather deceptive. Personification has been used in this accusation. Lounging in a Pinterest script or pitched from a transit van's roll down window. The poem is saying that the word is almost hidden like that in a Pinterest script. Pinterest plays are known for luxury, politeness, and restraint. So the poet feels that it's almost like a word in a Pinter play, not used very clearly, but hinting at tension. What's the unsaid? The word lies dormant in societal spaces. It is there, but polite society doesn't name it. The use of the word Pinter script is a literary device called allusion. Allusion means to refer to a text outside the poem, or pitched from a transit van's roll down window. Now, this is visual imagery. You can imagine that people are going past in a speeding vehicle, shouting abusive words at others. And this abusive word is perhaps the title of the story. My shadow on this unlit road, though you've been smuggled from polite conversation. So, when a friend of a friend has you poised on his lips, you are not what he means. No call for a bald fist. The N word remains a shadow. It's always there. The use of the word unlit shows in dark spaces, in experiences which are not comfortable, even where shadows cannot exist. The word has been around for the poet, clearly showing that Black people are vulnerable. Though you have been smuggled from polite conversation. In polite conversation, the word is used. Society pretends to be polite. So when a friend of a friend has you poised on his lips, it's not that my friend will say something to me directly in my experience. People almost want to say the word. It is almost there for them to utter it. They want to call Black people names, but something stops them. You are not what he means. No call for bald fist. They want to use the word as an abuse, not directed at a specific Black person, but the term blacks is used perhaps as an abuse somewhere. This could be one of the interpretations of the poem. The speaker chooses not to react violently, acknowledging the complexity of intention or impact. Since he is only signifying on the sign, here it is referring to an African American rhetorical tradition, meaning to reclaim, to twist language, perhaps hinting at subversive wordplay. All the interpretation here is not necessarily the only form of interpretation. People can interpret this poem in different ways. Whoever reads will interpret it in their own way depending on the experiences they've had, depending on where they are in life. So, whatever I've said so far about the poem is one way of looking at the poem. And that interpretation is also subject to a perhaps. Making wine from the bad blood of history. This refers to the pain of racial history. And he wants to convert it into something meaningful, something artistic and empowering. Perhaps turning trauma into poetry. Think of how you came into my life that day. Now, the author is again addressing the N word and trying to say that this is a personal episode. Perhaps the author was called this word by someone. An incident may have occurred. This highlights the first time the poet was addressed by this word. Of leaves strewn as I had never seen them strewn. Leaves strewn evokes a feeling of autumn, change, chaos, knocking me about the head with your dark hands. Clearly, the person has been taken by surprise because he's not able to deal with this word. The reader may feel, why should these words exist in the first place? The first time the poet was accused, it changed his life, it created chaos, took him by surprise, caught him off guard, perhaps shook his mental and emotional well being. In the end, I would like to say this poem highlights that language is also used as a weapon. Let's get back to looking beyond the frame further. Enjoy your readings. Bye bye.